I am so excited to have Sierra Kellermeyer here to share her experience of what it's been like to work with me and making her message roar. Sierra, thank you so much for making the time to do this with me today. Could you start by just introducing yourself and letting us know what you do?
Sure, no problem. I'm Sierra Kellermeyer, and I'm a brand designer, and I take the unique qualities of my clients and their businesses and turn them into noteworthy visual brands that stand out and are remembered.
What were some of the things that you struggled with in your business before working on your messaging?
So the biggest struggle that I remember that prompted me to work with you was that I just hated writing for my business. Because I was challenging because I went through college and my mom was an English teacher. So I knew how to write correctly, but I didn't know what to write. Or, and just because something makes a good research paper doesn't make it interesting content.
Right.
So I struggled with that because I knew something was coming short, but it wasn't my technical English skills. It was just what I was going to write. And writing, I either procrastinated on it a lot for my business or it just took forever and I hated the whole process.
So what was the turning point for you? At what point were you just like, okay, I've got to find a way to fix that?
Well, I looked into hiring a copywriter a few times and never felt like I found the right one. And now that I've gone through your program, I know it's because I didn't need a copywriter. I needed to know what to write. So now in the future, I could get a copywriter because I could tell them what to write and how and what my words are. And when I met you for the first time, your expertise was really obvious. And you were speaking more to that, not I'll write for you, but here's what you should write. And that was like, oh, that's actually the question I need answered. Not simply just take this work away from me, but teach me how to do it. And I also, with some control issues, I didn't really want to hand over anything.
I could totally understand the control issues.
Yeah, so this is I'll teach you how to do it instead. And I don't think I had really come into contact with anyone. I had seen people who'd done programs like how to write your sales page or how to write your about page. And that even my website content wasn't the hard part for me is writing the marketing posts, right? The short and simple stuff and how to make it short and simple, but not boring. So you were really the first person that spoke to that. And I was like, yes, this is what I've been looking for. So
Awesome. And how has your business changed since completing the program? Now, when I say completing, I mean, you've been through the program, but messaging is an always evolving process. So where you are right now, how has your business changed already?
Definitely. Because I can even see a difference from when I first finished it to now, because I'm getting more comfortable with my message and using it and seeing what really speaks to people and what things I thought maybe were going to be strong and aren't as much. But I don't hate writing as much. I still don't like marketing. Honestly, I'd rather be designing all day. Nothing's going to be as enjoyable as that for me. But I'm much, much faster at it. And I am focused. I don't have a lot of that. Is this the right direction? Is this really what I want to be saying? I can sit down and think about it and go back to my message and say, okay, I know people have these problems. And here's how I can speak to it. And then I just have to write it. And the whole figuring out what I need to write isn't the huge challenge it used to be. And people are responding much faster to my marketing. I've never had problems being remembered because I'm a brand designer. I can show up and 3 days later, it's oh, Sierra's the person with the pink graphics. Yep, that's me. But getting people to that next level beyond recognizing me and being familiar with me and taking next steps. And that comes down to message, because they can be impressed with me, but that doesn't exactly mean they're ready to start talking to me.
What was your favorite part about the program, or what did you like about the program?
So my favorite thing was how practical it was. I've worked with some business coaches and gone through some e-courses and stuff, and they're either too idealistic mindset, which is fine, but I'm a very practical, pragmatic person, and I just kind of want you to tell me what to do. What's my next step, not what do I need to think about. And how in depth it was, because I find the courses I've been through in the past are either too mindset and not practical enough for my needs, or they're so surface level that I feel like, well, I already know this, or like, oh, I picked up one thing from this. But your program, I mean, it was 3 months, so that's pretty in-depth. And it was all really practical. And not only like the final product was, but like each of the steps. You're like, okay, if you don't know the answer to this question, here's how you figure it out. And that was really helpful. I never felt stuck. It may be like I wasn't sure where I was going at some points, but I never was like, well, I don't know what to do next.
Who do you think this program is good for? Who should consider enrolling in this program?
I think anyone who has figured out what they want to do. I think if you're not sure on that, like a lot of business development you probably should wait on because it's going to change. But if you're really passionate about what you're doing and you know how you help people, even if you may not be able to communicate how you help people, but you know your process and you're confident in that and you're able, to commit to that for at least a few years, and that's what you want to do, then immediately do this and then work with me.
Yes. And then work with Sierra and let that get brought to life visually, right?
Right. A few months out of it, I feel like I have that missing piece. And sure, there are some technical things I need to work on, but like, honestly, I feel just so much more professional now and like on top of things, and I know what I'm doing because my words, my images are done. They're awesome. Yeah, definitely. And I think like even going through the messaging, your program will help you even be firmer in what you're doing and your purpose, because you'll be able to articulate that better. So it's not that it's changed, but even just being able to articulate it better makes you understand it better, not just your clients. Yeah, it's just this really cool level of like self-understanding that you don't expect from business development. It's really cool. And make sure that's what you're investing your time in. If you choose to do it, don't do a bunch of other things at once, because your message is going to change that. And it's fine to like wait on other things while you're going through this program, and really give this program 100% when you're working through it. Because I think that's the way to get the most out of it, but you're also not wasting time and confusing yourself on other things. Because while you're in development, you may want to write other things and like work on other things. But then you'll come back to it later and be like, oh, I understand my message better now, and I have to change all this.